Hey there, beautiful souls. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you're different from everyone else? Like you don't quite fit into the usual boxes society tries to put women in? Well, what if I told you that's your superpower? That's right. Today, we're diving into the world of Sigma females, the women who are secretly the most desired, yet feared by men. Intrigued? Let's get into it. She's unpredictable. This is one of the biggest reasons Sigma females are so desired yet feared by men. Think about it. Most people follow a script. They do what's expected, say what's expected, and live how society tells them to. But not Sigma females. They break the mold, and that's what makes them so fascinating. A Sigma female doesn't stick to a routine that others can easily figure out. One day, she might be the life of the party, laughing, socializing, and lighting up the room. The next day, she's vanished, off on a solo adventure, buried in a book, or working on her latest passion project. She doesn't feel the need to explain herself or justify her actions, and that drives men crazy. Men are naturally drawn to mystery. They want to solve the puzzle, to figure out what makes her tick. But here's the thing. A Sigma female doesn't give them all the pieces. She keeps them guessing. One moment, she's warm and engaging. The next, she's cool and distant. It's not a game. It's just who she is. She's not trying to manipulate anyone. She's simply living life on her own terms. And that's where the fear comes in. Men aren't used to women who don't follow the usual patterns. They're used to predictability, to knowing what to expect. But with a Sigma female, they're constantly on their toes. They can't predict her next move, and that makes them feel like they're not in control. And let's be honest, most men aren't comfortable with that. But here's the beauty of it. A Sigma female doesn't care. She's not here to make anyone feel comfortable or to fit into someone else's expectations. She's here to live her truth, to embrace her uniqueness, and to keep everyone, including men, on their toes. And that, my friends, is why her unpredictability is her ultimate power. She's emotionally independent. This is a big one, and honestly, it's one of the most attractive yet intimidating traits of a Sigma female. Here's the deal. Most people, men included, are used to relationships where there's a certain level of dependency. You know, the classic, "I need you to complete me" narrative. But a Sigma female, she's already complete. She doesn't need anyone to feel whole. A Sigma female is her own anchor. She doesn't rely on a man, or anyone else for that matter, to validate her worth or make her feel secure. She's confident in who she is, flaws and all. She knows her value, and she doesn't need constant reassurance or attention to prove it. This kind of emotional independence is rare, and it's incredibly alluring to men. Why? Because it shows strength, self-awareness, and a level of maturity that's hard to ignore. But here's the catch. This same independence can also be intimidating. Men are used to being the hero in the story, the one who swoops in to save the day or provide emotional support. But with a Sigma female, they quickly realize she doesn't need saving. She's already her own hero. She's the one who fixes her own problems, who picks herself up when life knocks her down. And while men admire that, it also leaves them wondering, what's my role here? The truth is, a Sigma female doesn't need a man to fill a void. She chooses a man to add value to her life, and that's a huge shift in dynamics. It means the relationship isn't built on neediness or insecurity. It's built on mutual respect and genuine connection. But not every man is ready for that kind of partnership. It requires confidence, emotional intelligence, and a willingness to meet her as an equal. So, while her emotional independence makes her incredibly desirable, it also scares off those who aren't ready to step up. And honestly, that's exactly how she likes it. She's not here to settle for less than she deserves. She's here to live life on her own terms, with or without a partner by her side. She's a natural leader. This is where the Sigma female truly shines. She's not the type to sit back and wait for someone else to take charge. Nope. She's the one making decisions, setting the tone, and leading the way, whether it's in her career, her relationships, or her personal life. And let me tell you, this quality is both magnetic and intimidating to men. A Sigma female doesn't need permission to take the reins. She's confident in her abilities and trusts her instincts. If there's a problem, she's the first to come up with a solution. If there's a goal, she's already mapping out the steps to achieve it. She's proactive, resourceful, and doesn't shy away from responsibility. This kind of leadership isn't about bossing people around. It's about inspiring others through action and example. Men are naturally drawn to this kind of strength. They admire her ability to stay calm under pressure, to think clearly when others are panicking, and to take charge when it matters most. It's a rare quality, and it makes her stand out in a crowd. But here's the thing, not every man is comfortable with a woman who leads. It challenges traditional gender roles and can make some men feel like they're not needed in the way they're used to. A Sigma female doesn't wait for a man to take the lead. She's already ahead, paving her own path. And while this can be intimidating, it's also what makes her so irresistible. She's not looking for someone to follow. She's looking for someone who can walk beside her as an equal. She wants a partner who's confident enough to respect her leadership and strong enough to lead when it's their turn. So while her natural leadership skills make her a force to be reckoned with, they also weed out those who aren't ready to match her energy. And honestly, that's exactly how it should be. A Sigma female doesn't dim her light to make others feel brighter. She shines, and she expects the same from those around her. She's selective with her energy. This is a trait that sets Sigma females apart in a big way. You see, a Sigma female understands something that many people don't. Her energy is precious. She doesn't waste it on just anyone or anything. She's intentional about where she invests her time, attention, and emotions. And trust me, this quality makes her both highly desired and, at times, a little feared by men. A Sigma female doesn't chase after people or beg for attention. She knows her worth, and she's not about to give her energy to someone who doesn't appreciate it. If a man wants to be in her life, he has to earn it. She's not impressed by empty words or flashy gestures. She looks for substance, consistency, and genuine effort. And if someone doesn't meet her standards, she's out. No drama, no second chances, just peace. This level of selectivity is incredibly attractive to men. It shows that she values herself and expects to be treated with respect. It's like a challenge. They want to prove they're worthy of her time and energy. But here's the flip side. It also scares them. Why? Because they know she won't settle. If they're not bringing their A game, she's not sticking around. And that kind of self-assurance can be intimidating to someone who's used to taking women for granted. A Sigma female's energy is like a rare gem. It's valuable, and she's not giving it away for free. She's selective because she knows that not everyone deserves access to her world. And when she does let someone in, it's because they've shown her they're worth it. This creates a dynamic where men feel both honored to be in her presence and a little nervous about messing it up. So, while her selectivity makes her incredibly desirable, it also keeps the wrong people at bay. And that's exactly how she likes it. A Sigma female isn't here to waste her energy. She's here to live her best life surrounded by those who truly deserve her. She's comfortable being alone. This is a trait that truly sets Sigma females apart, and it's one that both fascinates and unnerves men. You see, a Sigma female doesn't just tolerate being alone, she thrives in it. She doesn't need constant companionship or a relationship to feel complete. In fact, she's perfectly content with her own company. And that, my friends, is a level of self-sufficiency that's both rare and incredibly attractive. A Sigma female knows how to enjoy her own space. She's the type who can spend an entire weekend alone, reading, working on a passion project, or just relaxing and feel completely fulfilled. She doesn't rely on others to fill her time or her heart. She's her own best friend, her own confidant, and her own source of happiness. This kind of independence is magnetic because it shows she's whole on her own. Men are drawn to her because she's not clingy or needy. She's confident and complete. But here's the thing. This same comfort with solitude can also be intimidating. Men aren't used to women who don't need them. They're used to being the center of attention, the one who completes the picture. But with a Sigma female, they quickly realize she's already a masterpiece all on her own. She doesn't need a man to feel fulfilled. She chooses to have one in her life, but only if he adds value. This dynamic can make men feel like they're on shaky ground. They know she's not going to stick around out of fear of being alone. If the relationship doesn't work, she'll be just fine on her own. And that kind of self-assurance is both admirable and a little scary for those who aren't used to it. She's quietly observant. This is one of the most underrated yet powerful traits of a Sigma female. She's not the type to dominate every conversation or make a scene. Instead, she's the one sitting back, watching, and taking it all in. She notices everything, the subtle shifts in tone, the unspoken words, the little details others miss. And trust me, this makes her both intriguing and a little intimidating to men. A Sigma female doesn't feel the need to announce her presence or prove how much she knows. She's content to listen, observe, and process. This quiet confidence is magnetic because it shows she's secure in herself. She doesn't need to be the loudest voice in the room to make an impact. In fact, her silence often speaks louder than words. Men are drawn to this mystery. They want to know what she's thinking, what she's noticing, and what she's planning. But here's the catch. Her observant nature also keeps people on their toes. Men sense that she's always watching, always analyzing. They know she's not easily fooled or swayed. If they're being fake, she'll see it. If they're hiding something, she'll pick up on it. This can be unnerving because it means they can't get away with half-hearted efforts or insincerity. A Sigma female sees through the surface and straight to the core. And that's what makes her so powerful. She doesn't need to confront or call out every little thing. She simply takes note and adjusts accordingly. Her observations guide her decisions, her relationships, and her life. Men respect this because it shows intelligence and depth, but it also keeps them honest. They know they can't just skate by with charm or empty promises. She's always one step ahead. So, while her quiet, observant nature makes her incredibly alluring, it also ensures she's never taken for granted. A Sigma female doesn't miss a thing, and that's exactly why she's so respected and, yes, a little feared. She's unapologetically authentic. This is where the Sigma female truly stands out. She doesn't pretend to be someone she's not. She doesn't follow trends just to fit in or change herself to please others. She's 100% real, 100% of the time. And let me tell you, this kind of authenticity is both refreshing and intimidating to men. A Sigma female owns who she is, flaws, quirks, and all. She's not afraid to speak her mind, even if it's unpopular. She's not afraid to stand out, even if it means standing alone. This kind of confidence is rare, and it's incredibly attractive. Men are drawn to her because she's genuine. There's no mask, no act, no games. What you see is what you get. And that's a breath of fresh air in a world full of pretense. But here's the thing. Her authenticity can also be a little scary. Why? Because it forces others to be real too. Men can't hide behind fake charm or empty compliments with her. She sees through the BS and she's not afraid to call it out. This can be unsettling for someone who's used to playing roles or wearing masks. With a Sigma female, there's no room for fakeness. Only raw, unfiltered truth. And that's what makes her so powerful. She doesn't apologize for being herself, and she doesn't expect anyone else to either. She creates a space where authenticity is not just accepted, but celebrated. Men admire this because it's rare, but it also challenges them to step up and be their true selves. And let's be honest, not everyone is ready for that level of honesty. So, while her unapologetic authenticity makes her incredibly desirable, it also keeps the wrong people at arm's length. And that's exactly how she likes it. A Sigma female isn't here to conform, she's here to be herself, boldly and unapologetically. And that's why she's so unforgettable. She's driven by purpose. This is one of the most defining traits of a Sigma female. She's not just floating through life, waiting for things to happen. No, she's got a clear vision of what she wants and a relentless drive to make it happen. Her life isn't about chasing relationships or fitting into societal expectations. It's about fulfilling her mission, whatever that may be. And trust me, this kind of purpose-driven energy is both inspiring and a little intimidating to men. A Sigma female is always working towards something bigger than herself. Whether it's her career, a passion project, or a personal goal, she's focused and determined. She doesn't get distracted by drama or petty distractions. She's too busy building her dreams to waste time on things that don't matter. This kind of ambition is incredibly attractive because it shows she's not just living, she's thriving. Men admire her drive and the way she lights up when she talks about her goals. But here's the catch. Her purpose-driven nature can also make men feel like they're competing for her attention. She's not the type to drop everything for a relationship. If a man wants to be part of her life, he has to understand that her dreams come first. And while some men find this inspiring, others might feel insecure or overshadowed. They're used to being the center of attention, but with a Sigma female, they quickly realize they're sharing the spotlight with her ambitions. And that's exactly how it should be. A Sigma female isn't here to dim her light for anyone. She's here to chase her purpose with everything she's got. Men who can't handle that will naturally fall away, and that's okay. She's not looking for someone to hold her back, she's looking for someone who can keep up. So, while her purpose-driven nature makes her incredibly magnetic, it also ensures she's surrounded by people who truly support her vision. And that's the kind of energy a Sigma female deserves. She's fearlessly herself. This is the ultimate trait of a Sigma female, the one that ties everything together. She doesn't conform to society's expectations or try to fit into a mold. She lives life on her own terms, unapologetically, and without hesitation. And let me tell you, this kind of fearless authenticity is both mesmerizing and a little terrifying to men. A Sigma female doesn't care about following trends or pleasing the crowd. She dresses how she wants, thinks how she wants, and lives how she wants. She's not afraid to be different, to stand out, or to go against the grain. This kind of self-assurance is magnetic because it shows she's completely comfortable in her own skin. Men are drawn to her because she radiates confidence and freedom. She's not trying to be someone she's not. She's just being herself, and that's more than enough. But here's the thing. Her fearlessness can also be intimidating. Why? Because it challenges the status quo. Men are used to women who play by the rules, who try to fit into traditional roles or expectations. But a Sigma female? She's rewriting the rules. She's showing them that it's possible to live life boldly and authentically, without apology. And for some men, that's a lot to process. It forces them to confront their own insecurities and question whether they're living as authentically as she is. And that's the beauty of it. A Sigma female doesn't just inspire admiration, she inspires change. Her fearlessness encourages others to embrace their true selves too. But not everyone is ready for that kind of transformation. Some men might feel threatened by her independence or unsure how to keep up with her free spirit. So while her fearlessness makes her incredibly desirable, it also ensures she's only surrounded by those who truly appreciate her for who she is. A Sigma female isn't here to conform. She's here to be herself, boldly and unapologetically, and that's why she's unforgettable. So there you have it, 9 reasons why Sigma females are secretly the most desired yet feared by men. If you see yourself in this video, know that you're not alone. You're part of a powerful sisterhood of women who are changing the game. Keep being unapologetically you, because the world needs more Sigma energy. Thanks for watching, beautiful souls. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, what's your favorite thing about being a Sigma female? Until next time, keep shining.